bit sweaty, little bit of everything. Today is my birthday. Yay. I appreciate it. I appreciate it. You know, I always talk about things that I don't want to reference anymore, so I'm going to avoid that habit by not talking about it now. So what actually brings me here today is the fact that there's a person on YouTube here who I found their videos and I actually really enjoy them a lot, but I'm still kind of canvassing them, so I'm not going to mention any names yet. However, when the time comes, I will come back and kind of tag them or mention them or some of the sorts in the comment section. So, but if you look, she'll say 5 ways to know God has spoken to you. Now, don't get on me about, hey, thank you. Thank you, Johnny Cage. Hey, you are here and you here with me live, and I appreciate you showing up on time. Okay. So if you look up the video 5 ways to know God has spoken to you, now there's probably a bunch of people who said that. And actually, I'm gonna look now. I'm gonna look up 5 ways to know God has spoken to you. And I should give her credit because I am referring to her. However, you know, I have to be careful because you understand, being a transgender person, people attack you without any reason at all. Like, honestly, they're like, "Oh, your spirit is tainted," and it's like, transgender is what you call me in the world. In other worlds, they refer to transsexual or transgender persons as two spirits or prophets or people who can be used by the spirits because they have a greater breadth, you know. That was one of the first things that I was kind of hip to when I transitioned my therapist, my first therapist or psychiatrist. That was something she wanted to make sure I understood, was that there is a history that has come before me, and it has a long history, and it is extremely relevant, and it is one which is proud, but proud in the way of, I am going to commit myself to my service. Proud in a way of, I am glad that you have taken hold of me, Lord, and I'm going to speak unto you as in the ways which you have commanded me to do so. So when you talk about being able to be a transgender person who has lived beyond the age of 18, I didn't know I was going to do that. I didn't know I was going to live most of my life, quite honestly, because the thing they call gender dysphoria, it's real. You know, I was actually having a conversation with my cousin, and I told him, I said, well, my cousin, my father, and I talk to everyone pretty much very avidly, and I love speaking, but I spoke to my family and I said, you know, here's the thing. I've asked for a long time to be made right in my spirit. I've asked for a long time to be shown the correct way to be in his light, in his favor, and to also be myself, that which, you know, that which he has blessed me with. If he gives me the hands to touch, then I gotta use them. If he gives me the voice to speak, I gotta use them. And especially if he directs me to do so, and especially if I notice I'm being punished when I don't. I get punished. Well, I don't say punished like, "Ooh, you've been reprimanded. Ooh, you're gonna have a hardship and unexcitable labor." But what I'm saying is, he makes it very clear that I'm walking the wrong direction. You know, I've tried to just do a little bit, like, oh, I'm gonna just, no. He shut that down and he said, so have you figured it out now? And I mean, literally said to me, so have you figured it out now? And I said, okay, you got that. You win. You win over my life. You have taken over. I am going to figure out how to continually give myself over to you, Lord. I will pray as much as I can every day. I promise you, it is yours. It is yours. It's yours. You know, the first thing I got told by my brother when I came out to him, you know, he heard from the family, I came out to him, and he sent me a long ass email about how me being transgender was a sign of being self-righteous. To take what I am and say to God, you made me wrong. Now, here's the funny part. When I say that my seeking, I tried to not be this way. I mean, I prayed, I fasted, I overate, I committed to service. I learned to receive service. I asked every day to either be made whole as a man or to be made whole as a woman. Put me in the other direction, but don't have me walking down this middle line, Lord. And I'm telling you, my voice is like this because it caused me a lot of pain. It caused me a lot of experiences living like that. feeling like I gotta choose one or the other. When everything in my spirit is saying, no, baby, you divine enough to be whatever. But make sure you do it. Everything that you do comes from this place first. And so I started to understand better, because the thing, I grew up sort of intuitively knowing a lot of stuff. I grew up in an area where there was at least a population of Native American individuals and families and businesses, and what we did was that they had powwows every season, I think, or something, and we would go there and we would learn so much. But more than anything, I knew, because I'm spiritual, I'm very in tune to energy, to everything that you don't see. And I tend to be fooled by the physical, because I give so much hope that what I see in the spirit is what's going to come through immediately. But everybody don't have that connection to just what happens in spirit immediately happens on earth. Everyone doesn't have that, I guess, divinity of presence. I don't know what to say, but because I've had interactions with people where physically they're doing a thing, but spiritually their spirit is and their soul is standing beside that physical body and saying, I am so sorry that I'm still doing this. Can you please forgive me? I just need a little bit of help, and I promise you, don't stay. Please don't stay. But if you do this, I will go forth and get me some help. And I say, before I can say I don't want to, God already got my hand. He said, come on, I'm walking with you. I need you to learn how to do these things before I provide ministry in your life. Thank you. Happy birthday to me and all the other people whose birthday is today. So I had to learn to not be selfish, because in learning to be comforted within myself, and to be comforted not by myself, because that's when people say the devil going to get you. I realized I couldn't do nothing to comfort myself, because it wasn't my problem. The experience that I was having was an issue in the world, and I can't change the world just yet. And I wasn't supposed to. I was supposed to change a few things here at a time, enjoy this, enjoy that, respect this, walk away from that, change the heck out of that right there. Okay. Or just turn it around, and that's been my entire life. So, I've done my best to sort of turn back into myself and say, Lord, are you here? Are you there yet? And you say, what make you think I'm not, so I do everything that I do. I review and make sure that it's going in the right direction and it's going in the right arenas. And the more I am allowed to mess up, the more I realize I want to do right. So I exercise myself with steadfastness. However, so one of the things I said, I almost forgot what I set out to make this video for. She said 5 ways to know that the spirit has spoken to you. But I labeled this the dangers of popularity, or birthday, but being popular is dangerous. And one of the things that was listed in the video, she said this quote, "Woe unto you when men are speaking all this good stuff about you." And I said, yes, Lord, because I have never felt so uncomfortable as when I get too many compliments. Because to me, it feels like you're just trying too hard to get my favor. And I don't like to be consumed by the feelings of, ooh, yes, Lord. I don't like to be consumed by pleasure. I don't like to be consumed or too surrounded by people who have nothing but congratulatory statements to make. I recognize that that's very valuable, and a lot of people wish there was people around who would, say nice things to them. However, I ask that people be mindful. I don't ask that you be this. I ask that you be mindful if and when you do have interactions with me, because I am always taking my tallies and my marks. That's a part of my position. I must do that. So I actually had to ask somebody who was giving me a lot of bad advice, and I kept saying, I'm sensitive and I take very seriously that which I allow people to say to me. So even if you think you're giving me advice, I'm telling you right now, it's not advantage. This is not an advantage for me. This sounds good for most people, but however, I am not most persons. I'm very quirky, unusual, and very particular. And I have a lot of calls about myself that I have to be mindful of everything around me. Now, I should have went ahead and I think probably abandoned that situation long ago and let it fall off. Because the truth of the matter is, every time we stop talking, I never reached back out to this person. They reached out to me. But I always say, I don't know what God wants to do in my life. So I sometimes don't know how to make my own choices. That's just the truth. Because I told my father, I said, when I try to take steps that ain't being permitted, I get messed up. I get so messed up. It's helped. You'll undo it, but I get messed up. So he said, woe unto you when men are speaking all this good stuff about you. And I'm reading off my comment. I said, you reminded me of why I so practice what I have intimately come to know, but often do not speak. I am often asked, you're good. You're so good, beautiful, or strong enough to do this. So why don't you? And my truthful response that I don't usually give people, but I'm learning to speak that now. My truthful response is that I know better, and I prefer to set my pace as according to the call made of me. If I'm not called, nor do I feel a sense of duty, then I simply will not. If I feel a sense of duty, then I go full on. However, if I don't feel a sense of duty or a necessity out of it, or it's just like the connection is too questionable, I have my peace. I put my hands up. I walk away from it. You know what I'm saying? Because I said, well, God's not finished. He obviously he's still trying to do some stuff. And if I put my hands on it now, I'm gonna mess it up. So I gotta walk away from it. As much as I would like to take this person, come on, you got it. You almost there. You are literally right at the finish line. And before you went to cross the finish line, you started doubting yourself. Come on, you right there. You right there. You are right there. You are poised for it. Come on, just come on. Now you got this. Come on, you can do it. Just go. Just go. Just go. Just cross the line and then collapse once you have finished. But do not stop because the enemy is right behind you, baby. I promise you're gonna make it. But you gotta get up and go. I've been a coach to some people in my life, particularly I say this like in my personal relationships. I've had to coach people away from me. And I say this again because the thing of not wanting to be surrounded by people who speak too good of you, right, all the time is that it starts to give you all that good feels, Ooh, I feel good. And the next thing you know, you're going to do something, you lean in. You're going to do something. That's not the right response. You understand what I'm saying? So, hey, got another happy birthday from my cousin. Thank you, brother. So I said, well, I've always known a long time that I've had a duty, but I've been so afraid of it because I always felt like I was invalid. I've always loved the idea of spiritual duty, and purpose and things which go beyond the flesh and of the mind. And however, I constantly found, with exception of possibly one single church where I was encouraged to join a choir and encouraged to not break out of my shell, but to enjoy the view, And she encouraged me and she said, it's okay if you don't sing, just stand up there and be pretty. And I felt wonderful, but I was so nervous when I got off the stage. I felt more nervous off the stage up there with all the other singers than I did up there not singing. So then she said, now if you just mouth the words, okay, now if you could just sing quietly, now if you could, and she was such a wonderful practitioner, and I felt so invited, and it really remade my spirit of fear, of doubt, of inner longing, of wantingness. She really, and I mean, as I continued to go through different churches where I didn't feel that loving nurturingness, I didn't feel that kindness, that energy, that I didn't feel that anymore. And when I went to other churches and I said, oh, I got to look for that lady. And I never found that lady. I said, well, I just got to be there. And it just never came to me. Instead, I got told, you need to get the heck out. Get out of the church. I kept trying to go. And I mean, as a young child, they would look down at me and say, oh, these queer children. I'm like, dang, boy. I just like to play basketball. What do I know about sexuality? I don't want to put nobody body on me. I want to play ball. Put the ball on me. The basketball, the football, the soccer ball, the kickball, the baseball. I just want to play all kinds of balls, but it ain't attached to no entity. Shoot. They just started off, all these queer kids, all these other, I was just like, I came here to Bible study like everybody else. Why are you attacking me so personally? You literally saw me wearing clothes. I just showed up wearing clothes, and you went down the list of my sinnership and sinner this, and you ain't this. And I'm just like, baby, I hope you enjoy what you eat because obviously I'm making you crap. Obviously, whatever I done ate and consumed is making your stomach tear up so much that you can't put that bottle down. Because I've realized as I've continued to grow, people develop isms. And what happens is that things like alcohol or marijuana upset your constitutions. And as you watch my videos, because I will be talking more and more often as I start to reset my own constitutions, is that I would use that word a lot. But I find it harrowing to be in a place of study and enrichment and to be treated with such low class. to hear him go on, all that stuff that they do in the churches. And I was just like, I told my grandmother, I said my experience with religion has been redeemable. I'm not going to say damning. It is redeemable. Because at the end of the day, at the beginning of it and throughout, I have meant no one any harm. I have, in all my intentions, sought for the correct direction. I have not always been correct. However, I've been told to be wrong. I've gotten direct word to be wrong, to be blasphemous, and it's not in a sense that, oh, you was talking to the devil. I'm just like, y'all don't understand. Jesus was flipping tables, okay, and as far as we are concerned, socially, that's unacceptable. He was flipping tables, my man. Oh, you thought you was gonna eat off the floor and clean my feet before I eat that. I'm playing. He wasn't like that, but and there's nothing in here. Okay, I just like this glass. This glass likes me, I guess. You see this design? What is that? I wonder. Thrift store stuff. I love thrift store quality products. So the dangers of popularity, though. Make this short because I've been talking for 15 minutes and people don't have no attention span no more. But I was just interested in that part because I tell people, I say, this is the thing, you gotta tap into my psychology. You might be like, oh, he's attractive, oh, he knows how to speak, oh, he's smart. Here's the thing. Most of my years, as far as between like the ages of 13 and younger, I spent most of my years studying people. I actually wanted to be a sociologist, but I said that's not lucrative. So, but I wanted to study societies. I wanted to study environmental minds that are moved by the environment, minds that are moved by sound, minds that are moved by intentions, even before they're engaged with it. So I did a lot of research on psychiatry, therapy, therapists, the people who are doing it, the systems that they have come from, the histories of these things. Now, do I remember most of it? But no, but I remember the essence of what I've consumed for the most part. I should have been writing articles, honestly. But so with that being said, and I was also involved in computers from a young age. That being said, people were not my strong point. They're still not, quite frankly. I'm my strong point. Okay. I don't know how to navigate people. I know how to navigate myself. And so being around people, I felt awkward because I didn't know actually how to communicate with people. I knew how to speak, obviously, but I didn't know how to actually navigate the world that is socio-political, in a sense that everything is about a relationship to power, or that is the worldview that others tend to have, and so they tend to live a life which is ordered along the lines of who got more power than the next, or who looks more powerful, who looks, this is the American culture. We're a little different here. So in my other outlet, which involve people with sports, but that's more protocol, rules, clarity, communication, clear communication, sign language, even because playing basketball, you got to look, you get them eyes sometimes, to the right person, because screw what the coach told you to do. So I learned through those avenues. So when it came to talking to people, I actually got told that I'd be really good in the military because I'm good with giving orders and organizing people and getting them right. So I actually was not very good with being around individuals who were human beings. And what tended to happen was after I started to grow attractive, I didn't recognize that. I don't think I started to be seen as attractive until I hit high school, where my being a tomboy was seen as an advantage. And then further, when I transitioned physically, I started to get a lot more attention. Pheromones is a real thing, truly. But also because of the physical. But a lot of times, because I surround myself in, I don't know, with whatever it is that people see, they tended to say, oh, he's so intelligent, I can't sexualize him. So it was this weird thing where I would have extreme, people say, oh, you're so smart. And then it was just people who were like, oh, you're so sexy, I just want to screw you. And it's like, I'm not just this thinking person. I'm not just this attractive person. I am a spiritual person who is also at times suffering, and I need to be in a group setting with neutral-minded individuals who are still progressive and positive and minding their business in their own lane, And we need to come together, but we're in our own lanes, but we need to come together because I believe in that. So, but I didn't start to get that luxury until I started to use that skill I have that would have probably been very well for me in the military, and that is to order and to direct and to put hands on people and to tell them what they need to do. So that's how I personally found success. However, like I said, been around people who just do that. It's like I've been pulled into social situations, social contracts, and just being harmed physically, people not allowing me to have consent, people saying, oh, the lines look so blurred. Oh, and it's just like, no, I'm just a good dancer. I wasn't flirting with you. I was dancing before you came up in here. I was going to keep dancing. Now I just feel like I need to go to talk to my therapist because you didn't trigger the heck out of me. Because nobody thinks that you can be hurt when you're that damn attractive, or because you know how to carry yourself and you know how to speak in a way that you tend to not communicate through a hurt voice, but you're communicating a hurt experience of reality. And people say, oh, he's so intelligent. He can't possibly have any experience of emotions that might make him, feel a certain way about himself. Or you're so attractive, you should just do this, you should just do that. And I'm just like, no, absolutely, that's the part of the reason why I shouldn't do it, because I'm too full of God to be full of crap. I'm like, I told my father, I said, I guess he keep telling me, oh, why don't you do this with your photo, sir, your job, your video job, and do this, that, and, step out here, try that. And I said, I'm not doing it because I ain't been ordered to. I'm not doing it because I got some stuff I need to fix and deal with. I'm not doing it because it's not a matter of how much I could accomplish or could achieve. It's a matter of, am I doing my best and do what need to be done? Is this where I need to be at? Is this the call being made of me? I ain't got no call yet, so obviously I ain't about to go out there. Because every time I go out there, when I'm not called to, girl, it ain't worth it. Let me say that with your chest. It ain't worth it. It's absolutely not worth it. So people want to go out here and get their life. No, baby, you need to bring it. You should have already had it. And if somebody gives you life, then you should be blessed and give that back to God, because that is favor, okay? But you're not supposed to provide favoritism. So I said, I don't like to do everything with everybody because I'm not an everything, everybody person. That's not what I was made to be. Or at least that's not what I'm getting right now. If and when that time comes, then I'll be everywhere, okay? You'll see me and Chris Brown, how you doing, sitting at a table having lunch, eating salads or something. I don't know how you doing. But I'm fitting to go celebrate my birthday by cooking for myself. Because it's been a while. It's been a while since I've really made a real meal. Like, I'll cook a little bit here and there, but I'm not like singing to myself in the kitchen and dancing. I'm just like, I need to eat. All right, let's get it done. Done. Cool. So it's about to be 30 minutes, and I know y'all really don't like to stick around for all that. So I appreciate y'all. Come back, watch my video in chunks, YouTube. If you logged in an account, when you exit the video, you can always come back and it will resume from where you had left off, so you don't have to feel like, oh God, I can't keep up with this. It's all right. I talk a lot. I'm heavy. That's what you're going to find in me for the rest of my life. So if you can hang around, I really appreciate the breath that you have to be able to keep winning with me. So I appreciate you. I appreciate the happy birthday wishes. I'm about to go cook me a steak or something, and then I'll probably go give some food to somebody or something like that. I don't know. I'm about to see what I can do as far as service-wise, because I've been so blessed in the last few days that I don't know what to do with myself. And I said, I'm going to just sit down and take a break because I'm about to overwhelm myself with all the ideas and the feels and the yes, and all the favors. And I said, that's why I say I don't want to get overwhelmed, because when you start getting all that yes, you start saying yes to things you don't need to be saying yes to. You understand me? You don't realize that the things have changed, okay? The wheel has got turned and you didn't realize somebody had popped up on you. So I ain't about to sit here and keep saying yes. Unless I feel that it's supposed to be so. So thank you all. I appreciate you all. Thank you for watching. I hope you have a really good August 6th. Remember that. It's my birthday. Blessed be you. Thank you for watching. I'll talk to you later. Peace.